Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and salam sejahtera everyone. So my name is Dr. Alif. I'm going to give you the academic briefing for your program, Bachelor of Process and Food Engineering with Honors. All right. So we're going to start with the program objective. So basically, for your program, there are four main objectives. Uh, uh, they are actually to produce engineers with um, competent knowledge and professionalism with appropriate skills and attitude that will fulfill the needs of the industry. The second one is to produce engineers with creative and innovative thought and who are also sensitive and responsible towards the dynamic community, cultural, and surroundings. All right. The third one is to produce engineers who are able to adapt with the global environment, engage in lifelong learning, research and development in the field of process and food engineering. And finally, is to produce engineers who have knowledge to solve engineering problems, including designs and advanced development in the relevant processing industries. Okay, so basically, solving engineering problem is also solving life problems, things that will challenge you when you're going into the real world. All right. Okay. Uh, the next, I want to talk about this program of Bachelor of Process and Food Engineering with Honors. Basically, is based on the um, outcome-based education. Okay, outcome-based education. Okay, so this outcome-based education is important actually to because it is a framework where it is used to prepare the graduates, which is you are, with competent knowledge and skill required by the industry as what the program outcome is layout. Okay, the program objective is layout. Okay, all right. The next one is why outcome-based learning is because outcome-based education is because this is the requirement, the requirement of the accreditation uh, from the Engineering Accreditation Council. Okay, so this program is accredited by the EAC, as I mentioned, Engineering Accreditation Council, and we need to follow this outcome-based education in order to show and to improve the curriculum to provide a better service for you as a stakeholder uh, and to produce a graduate that is relevant to the accreditation and to the current situation. All right. And then the final one is that this outcome-based education provides the assessment tool to demonstrate the attainment of outcomes. Okay, this outcome is the program outcomes that we will be talking in the next slides. All right. I'm going to talk to you about these program outcomes. Okay, the program outcomes of this program have been formulated to achieve the program objective and fulfill the requirement by the accreditation council, engineering accreditation council. And these outcomes consist of three main domains. Cognitive, psychomotor, and affective. Okay, so cognitive is the way you think, the thinking skill. Psychomotor is your technical skill, and affective is your more on the heart. Like more on your behavior, more the way you accept things and the way you act on certain elements, like communication and so on. All right, we'll be looking on this on the next slide as well. All right, okay, so and this PO, don't worry about this, but this I'm just going to tell you so that at least you know. So the POs are distributed accordingly to each course, and all POs, okay, all POs that we assess to you are expected to be attained by the time you complete the degree program. When you graduated, you will fulfill all the we expect that you will fulfill all the program outcomes. Okay, all right. So as I mentioned just now, the three domains, which is these three domains, is based on the Bloom taxonomy. Okay, if you are interested, you can Google on it. What is Bloom taxonomy? Okay, so there are three components, as I mentioned, which is the cognitive, the affective, and the psychomotor. So the cognitive is the thinking skill, so the head. The psychomotor is the hand, your technical skill, how you do things, like things like that. And the affective is on the heart. So how you behave, how you react, how you communicate. It's all about the more on like uh, your soft skill, and also the your communication skill, and so on. All right. Okay, as we mentioned about program outcomes, there will be 13 program outcomes that will be assessed on you during your enrollment in the program, okay, with all the subjects, yeah, planned to you. Okay, so this program outcome is based on the three components as well, which is PO1 to PO5 is on the analysis of problem and synthesis of solution, engineering problems and synthesis of engineering solution. And then for PO6 to PO8 is on the responsibility as an engineer. PO9 to PO13 is basically things that is required in the workplace. It involves teamwork, communication, project management, lifelong learning, and entrepreneurship. Okay. The first part, PO1 to PO5, is more on the knowledge of engineering that required to do analysis and problem to produce solution for engineering problems. All right. Okay, so these 13 POs have specified what we call um, components, the one that I talked to you about on the cognitive, affective, and also psychomotor. So for PO1, you will be assessed on the cognitive level, okay, PO2, PO3, and PO4, and PO5 will be psychomotor. PO6, 7, 8 will be cognitive. PO9 will be affective. PO10 will be on affective and also engineering, the engineering activities, and PO11 will be cognitive, and PO12 will be affective, and PO13 will be on affective as well. Okay, so that are the 13 POs that you will be assessed based on the complex engineering problem for PO1 to PO7, and engineering activities for PO10, and the rest is all other assessments lah. Okay, the lecturer is creative to actually provide you assessment that is specified for the POs. Okay, and all of these POs is basically from the Engineering Accreditation Council, and one PO is from the university requirement, okay, the entrepreneurship. All right. Okay, so this is here is actually a table showing all the definition of all of that POs that you saw in the previous slide. Okay, so all of that, like the PO1 engineering knowledge, is actually looking into the application of mathematics, natural science, engineering fundamentals, and engineering specialization to the solution of complex engineering problem. And for example, PO10 communication is to assess your communication, the way how you communicate, um, uh, uh, your effective communication on complex engineering problem. And then yeah, you can actually have a look at, but uh, now is not the time for me to actually explain everything, but I suppose that in every course, before the start of the class, or on the start of the semester, usually the lecturer will provide you with the policy of their classes, and and they will actually explain to you what is the PO that they are assessed with a more thorough explanation. Okay, all right. Okay, so here is just the table that specified the different elements, cognitive, psychomotor, and affective. As I already mentioned, what POs is associated with them in the previous slide. And I just want to highlight that maybe to just emphasize lah the tools of assessments. Yeah, for example, for cognitive, it can be in terms of tests, exam, assignments, project, final project, laboratory, data analysis, experiment, design, experiment, till activities and so on. Yeah, and then for psychomotor, it's more on how you do things. Yeah, how so it is we want to look how actually you doing things. Yeah, so maybe on conducting experiment, doing uh, subject with labs, all those things yang with the you need to do hands-on activity will be assessed for psychomotor. Okay, and then affective, uh, presentation, the way you communicate, even on written or oral. Yeah, and then group project. If we want to also look on the teamwork, like the one PO 12 or PO 10, if I'm not mistaken, on teamwork. Oh, sorry, PO 9 on teamwork. So yeah, so basically that is how we try to accommodate the assessment towards your learning program, in order for you to achieve the program outcome. Okay, all right, so next I'm going to show to you the study plan for your 8 semesters. Okay, so 8 semesters study plan here. Okay, so this is what is already being approved by the Senate. Okay, so we can actually focus on the first year now. So you are now should be enrolled into this subject highlight on this column. Okay, engineering mathematics, computer aided engineering drawing, engineering seminar, engineering chemistry, agriculture and life, philosophy and current issues, and also curriculum. It is mentioned here that you are going to also plan to do this academic interaction and presentation. However, we just get an information from the Department of Language that that will be offering this course. They only provide or offer this LPE 230 in the second semester. So so for this semester, you are encouraged to replace this with lakhs of 6 credits. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So lakhs of 6 credit for MUET 3 and above. Yeah. Below, then we need to talk about it. I mean, I will talk more on this in the English competency slides later on to explain to you on that specifically on your language competency. All right, so and then for the second year, you will follow through this planned course that you need to take with the LPE 2301. Okay, and then follow up through with the rest of second year, third year, and fourth year. Okay. Okay, so basically you will actually this all here is all we call it as your core courses. Okay, core courses, all these are core courses. Okay, all right, but there are few things that I just like to mention, such as this industrial training, but it's in your fourth year, so it will be a bit much further, but I just want to let you know that this industrial training will be held between your semester 6 and semester 7. Okay, so here is your semester 6, here is your semester 7. It is 10 weeks between that semester, and this you can see here also elective, right? So I'm going to show you the elective. So All of this is your core courses that you need to take, okay, plus the English, and then and also the university subject, okay, such as this agriculture and life, philosophy and current issues, civilization, nationhood, and there are three electives that you are uh, uh, able, you can choose three other subject other than the one that's specified here. Okay, so the elective includes four of the subfield of process and food engineering. Okay, one is the biomaterial processing engineering. Second one is the food engineering. Okay, the third one is packaging engineering, and the last one is processing machinery and design engineering. So you can choose depending on your interest lah. Okay, so depending on your interest. Okay, so but you can also choose what we call the subjects that is actually based on the subfield as well, depending on how you plan your studies. Okay, you can actually discuss this more with your what we call academic advisor. You will be actually provided with an academic advisor, so you can actually talk to them when the time comes for this what we call when you have to choose which one you want to take up. All right. Okay, so regarding the study plan, I also would like to mention that please follow the uh, study plan accordingly. If you would like to rearrange it, you might need to talk to your academic advisor, okay? Because all the subject that is already put in the plan is actually already considered what subject that you need to take prior to take the subject on certain semesters. All right, okay, but not all subject has prerequisite. Okay, prerequisite means that the subject that let's say for example engineering mathematics 2, you need to pass, okay, engineering maths 1 first before you can take the engineering mathematics 2, ANG 3002. Okay, so similarly with the process and food plant design project EPF 4948, you need to take the EPF 4810 process and food plant design prior of take, and also what we call pass, yeah, the subject before you can actually enroll on the process and food plant design project. Okay, for engineering 4901 industrial training, it's only for students who already completed the 6 semesters, and similar with the final year project, only final year students in the semester 7 and 8, that is what we call are, are able to take the final year project course. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to talk to you about this LAX package. All right, the English Language Experience package. It is from the Center for Advancement of Language Competence, or we call it CALC, or in Malay Pusat Pemajuan Kompetensi Bahasa. So it is actually for your English proficiency or your competency lah, yeah. All right. Okay. So this LX package, you have to take it to actually graduate. Okay. So there are three components: the LPE courses, the CEL courses, and the LAX. Okay. So LPE courses basically is just your proficiency courses with credits, which is you have to take three. There are specification for each of your band, your MOET band, okay, or other English assessment tools like IELTS, and they specified on that what we call the grades layer. Okay, so for each of the LPE courses, okay, one course 3 credits, 2+1 within the curriculum, compulsory to pass for graduation. And CEL courses, it is actually a certificate in English language courses. It is a non-credited courses, but it is compulsory to pass for graduation. LAX is just the activity, language activities without credit. Yeah, remember this is without credit, and it's just language activities outside curriculum. But you need to accumulate certain points. If I'm not mistaken, you need to have 24 points to graduate. Okay, so these three components is very important to be aware of, because if you did not complete any of this, you might not be able to graduate. Okay, so listen carefully on this. Okay, so for the first component, the LPE courses, as I mentioned, it is a compulsory 3 credit courses within the curriculum, and okay, this might be different a bit lah. To face-to-face hours might be, you might have the face-to-face virtually now. Okay, and then it plus 1 hour self-directed learning SDL, and then you are compulsory to pass for graduation. So it has grade. Okay, and these are the subject that you can choose depending, but how to choose this subject I will explain later. There's a table based on your MUET band. Okay, and then for this LPE subject, they also have this prerequisite lah, prasyarat, prerequisite. Okay, if you did not fulfill the prerequisite, you cannot enroll to the subject that has the prerequisite. Okay, all right. Okay, so for example here, like this one, LPE 2301, you have to make sure that you pass the LPE 2401. Okay, some people might have, it depends on the MUET band, some people might have the what we call credit transfer, or you can actually not take that because you have to, this credit transfers you have to replace with the other LPE subject lah. Okay, but we are going to look on details on that when I show you the table depending on your MUET band. Okay, and then the second component is the CEL courses, and remember this CEL courses is non-credited, but it is compulsory course outside the curriculum for your program, for your program, and you need to pass for graduation. Compulsory to pass for graduation, and they will provide you with the certificate lah, depending on the achievement level that you are already when you already get when you being assessed lah during that CEL courses. And then that CEL courses is what we call differentiated by these 3 categories: English for a general purpose, English for academic purpose, and English for professional purposes. Okay, and it is based on the MUET bands. Okay, all right, so this is the subject lah, example of the subject that you might or you need to take. Okay, all right. Okay, so the last one is the component 3, which is the LAX. Okay, it is actually the co-curricular type of activities outside the curriculum. They just want to make it as a flexible, fun, and non-stressful language learning situation. And there are what we call points for this. Okay, so usually one LAX activity usually have for our program, we are going to take this 6 LAX point lah, 2 face-to-face. This face-to-face is very it can be different, it can be interpreted differently now. 2 face-to-face hours per week times 6 weeks. Okay, there's 6-week activities that you need to complete lah. Okay, I think for MUET 3 and above, you are going to take this 6 LAX points 4 times. 4 times mean that 4 times in different semester, so that you can fulfill the 24 points that you need to accumulate to graduates. Okay, all right, so these LAX activities, co-curricular activities, they don't have what we call grades ABC, okay, but it will be graded as satisfactory or not non-satisfactory. Okay, minimum attendance 80% and 80% completion of assignments. So you have to make sure in order to get this satisfactory, you have to have the minimum attendance of 80% and 80% completion of assignments. Oh, because I just remember this. For any subject or any courses that you are going to enroll, make sure that you attend 80% of the classes. Yeah. Otherwise, you cannot as well sit for exams. Okay, I didn't remember that previously. So make sure that 80% is being fulfilled. So meaning that you need to attend classes, even though now we do the online way, not face to face and things like that. Okay, for face to face, if you have the opportunity to go for face to face class, then you need to be available lah, in the class. Okay. Okay, so in order to graduate, this LAX that you need to take is based on this lah. Okay, so now MUET also change their level. So if you are, I think most of you here is basically in this range, right? MUET level 3.0 to 4.5 and above lah, yeah. Okay, so this is your requirement lah. Okay, so for 3 to 4.5, you need to have two LPE and 2 cell and 24 points LAC. While for the rest of you who get 5 and above, you just need to get 2 LPE, 1 cell plus 24 point LACs. And you can also replace one for those who have higher MUET level. You could also just take 1 LPE and then 1 cell plus with the 24 points LACs. Okay, both also same, you need to take 24 points LAC, but you can replace 1 LPE with 1 global language. Okay, I will mention what type of language that is available in the next slides I prepared. Okay, all right, so just remember that LAX package must be completed, yeah, must be completed in order to graduate. Okay, if you did not complete the LAX scheme based on your MUET, there'll be a problem. So I think you might need to what we call be alert and don't just follow your friends. Yeah, make sure that if you are, now your MUET is, let's say 4, for example, then you are in the range of 3 to 4.5. Make sure you follow carefully the planned LAX scheme. Okay. Okay, otherwise you need to talk to your academic advisor. Okay, all right. And this is what I mentioned lah. Must follow the scheme specified for them. Okay, make sure not to jump here and there. Okay, just because they are already, because the competency center, they planned for staff and so on, so they would like to have the student to make sure that they follow the scheme according to their band properly. Yeah. Okay. All right. So okay. So for 4 years program LX scheme, which you are now for this program, we are actually a 4 years full program. Yeah. Full 4 years program. So if you are in this range, you need to follow this scheme. Yeah. First semester, you need to take LAX for 6 points. Okay, like I mentioned in the study plan just now, you need to replace, because we just know about this. They changed the LX scheme just this end of September. Okay, and then for semester 2, you need to go for LPE 2301. Then you go for LPE 2501. You have to take LPE 2301 before you can take LPE 2501, and then LAC 6 point for semester 4, and then you can choose one cell, either 2105, 2106, or 2107 in the semester 5, follow with the another one cell in semester 6, and then LAX in semester 7, and then in the semester 8, you just do LAX. Okay, all right. Okay, so for people who for the student who have more than 5, okay, you can actually follow this route lah. Okay, so you need to take in the first semester LAC 6 points, then cells 2103 or 2104. Okay, so it's different with the MUET 3.0. Remember, if you MUET 5, make sure you follow specifically on this table. Yeah, and then you can choose one LPE or global language at that point, and then LAX 6 point in semester 4. Semester 5 is choose another one LPE or global language, and then LAX 6 points and LAX 6 points for semester 7 and semester 6. Semester 7 and semester 6. Okay, just remember that there is only if you are MUET band 5, make sure that you take 24 points for LAX. Okay, and then you can add one LPE and then one what we call this one cell and plus one global language if you want. Okay, but you cannot choose two global language without taking any LPE. You can take two LPE without global language, but if you want to take global language, you must have one LPE at least. Okay, all right. Okay, just follow through. So this is either you cannot, if you take here, if you already take here global language, for example, you cannot take global language here anymore. Okay, just take LPE. Okay, this is important to graduate. Okay, remember that. All right. Okay, so this is just the course name. I think this is just a repeat from the one that I mentioned for specific for LP and cell. So I think you have looked or seen this. Okay, all right. Okay, so for global language, which is offered by the Pusat Pemajuan Kompetensi Bahasa (CELC), these are the language global language courses that you can actually do if you are MUET band 5 and above. Yeah, okay, you can choose any of this. Okay, all right. But when the time comes, if you want to talk to the academic advisor, and then you can also talk to CALC for recommendation. Okay, but usually for this global language, if you want, then you have to be early lah, because some maybe other faculty they have other kind of elective that they want to take this, and it will be a bit limited lah. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that is all for the English language competency scheme or ELEX scheme. Yeah? Now I want to talk about this course exemption for those people who are coming from diploma or Asasi Pertanian UPM. You can actually apply for course exemption, and it must be applied in semester 1. Okay, but not all subjects are exempted. You have to talk to your academic advisor for this and see if you would like to for certain subject you can actually apply for the exemption. Okay, just talk to them, and maybe or the TDA office in order to get the more information on the exemption. Okay, all right, so finally I think this is the second last of my slides. This is very important. Your marks is different from the previous batch. All right, um, where you can actually you previously we the passing marks is actually 50 and above, but now the passing mark is 40 and above. But from 40 to 49, you are considered pass, but you need to repeat the subject. You are not you didn't fail. You will not classify as fail, but you need to repeat the subject. So just remember this lah. Make sure that you get 50 and above, so that you are you are good at that point. So you are passed and you didn't have to repeat. Okay. Of course, if you 0 to 39, then you are failed. So this is things. The great thing, the great specification is different, and you need to be alert on this. Okay, it's very important. Okay, all right. Okay, so I think this is the last slides. Okay, and finally, I just want to say good luck in your studies, and hope to see you in campus and enjoy your student life, okay, regardless of how it is lah, okay, with the current situation and all. Okay, best wishes from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.